Biden has only been in office for about 3 weeks, but it is becoming increasingly obvious that since becoming president, he and his fellow Democrats are showing their old colors, at least on the international front. With Biden at the helm, NATO has boosted its presence in Europe to Cold War levels, and by some indicators, it looks as if this is just the beginning. RT's Alex Mihailovich has the story.
It's not an uncommon sight in Europe. NATO training for battle. In this case, these are German troops in October 2020, preparing to move to the borders of Russia.
Then this battle unit, as we say, will then build in the beginning of 2021 the German lead part of the battle group of the Operation Enhance Forward Presence in Lithuania.
Now it is 2021. America has a new president, and those troops are most likely in position. One step in what some are calling President Joe Biden's sharply escalated response to Moscow. Moving south along Russia's border, NATO's US-led provocative behavior becomes even more evident in Ukraine, a country that is not a NATO state. Here is the NATO Secretary General earlier this week.
Just over the last few weeks, we had actually 3 US naval ships deployed in the Black Sea, also some of them exercising and training with the Ukrainian Navy. We have a more air policing presence in the air, and also on land with more NATO troops training and being active in the region.
While some might call this defensive maneuvering, others see it as NATO creep. Russian President Vladimir Putin addressed the issue while answering questions from the international press in December.
We heard your statements which claim that NATO will not be present in the East, but you didn't hold on to your promises. Yes, these were oral statements, not written ones, including those on the NATO side, but you did nothing. There were 2 waves of NATO enlargement, and NATO military structure comes closer to our borders. Shouldn't we react?
According to the White House, during his first conversation with President Putin, President Biden warned the Russian leader about acting against U.S. national interests. By all indicators, the warning has come with an increase in posturing. Adding to NATO's European arms buildup, it is reported that this week, the U.S. announced it is basing B-1 bombers in Norway for the first time ever. And it doesn't end there. Just a couple of days ago, U.S. naval ships and aircraft in the Black Sea participated in joint air and surface exercises with the Turkish military. The NATO warfare drills included defensive and offensive maneuvering. While many had hopes that the swearing in of President Joe Biden would lead to the strengthening of U.S. diplomacy, some would argue that, so far, that diplomacy has gravitated towards the regressive side of America. The rehashing of the Cold War is not what most anticipated, but so far, the Biden administration seems eager to make it happen. For RT, I'm Alex Mihailovich.
This is Jeremiah 13:23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil. Want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to all the elders and apostles of GMS that taught me this truth. And yeah, man, you heard the woman first broadcaster say America's up to his old ways. All right, a leopard can't change his spots. You can't take away a leopard's spots. So therefore, Esau evil cannot not do evil, man. This is what he's on the earth to do, man. Okay, and you see through war, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to usher in the kingdom of heaven, man. Right, through war, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to bring a lot of judgment, man. World War III is prophesied in the scriptures, and you know when I used to tell people this when I first got into the truth, you know, they laugh, they scoff, and they mock. And also a lot of you people who think they have the right doctrine don't mention World War III in it. Okay. And this is Revelations 13:1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And we know that that to be the beast to be NATO and the EU, man. Okay, starting with Rome and its vassal states. All right, the 7 heads and 10 horns. Okay, and the beast which thou saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet was as the feet of a bear, and his mouth was as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon, Rome, gave him his power and his seat and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as it was wounded to death, and his daily wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. And that daily wound that was healed was America. All right, Rome fell, and it came up in the way of America. And when it came up, that's when it formed NATO, National Atlantic Treaty Organization, and the EU, the European Union. Okay, which is like the monetary side of it. All right, and NATO being the military side of it. All right, backed greatly through America, man. All right, but little does Esau Edom know that NATO, its NATO allies, Slovakia, will soon turn on it, man. All right, and this is Habakkuk. This lesson not gonna be long at all. This is Habakkuk chapter 2. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth. And that's the prophets, man, that we're doing. We're reading, okay? For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And we see these other nations gathering and jockeying for a position, man. Nations, so many different nations are butting heads and going at it. All right. Behold, the soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. And Edom's soul is not upright in it, man. Okay, which is why he's still warring and about to bring the hammer upon his own citizens, the Americans. Okay. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, which is why he's over in the east border, man. Okay, after Vladimir Putin said that they made a written promise that they would not be on their borders, and look, here they are on their borders. Okay, who enlarges his desire as hell, which is death, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heap unto him all people. Total control, man. This is what this man wants. This is what this man's all about. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, death to him, to the man that increase something that is not his, man. Okay, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? Which is going to happen with these other nations, man. They're going to wake up and arise against this man, because thou hast spoiled many nations. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because the men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and all that dwell therein. Woe to him that coveteth in evil covetousness, to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from power of the evil. And Esau Edom has set his nest up high, man. All right. Physically and metaphorically, man. All right. Literally and non-literally, man. Okay. Verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and established a city by iniquity. And this is America. And these are the other nations that you have raped, robbed, and murdered, and took their natural resources and destroyed their people, man. All right, you've built that off iniquity, man. All right, and this will be the last one. We'll get out of here. Jeremiah 51:46. And lest your heart faint, and ye fear of the rumor that shall be heard in the land. A rumor shall both come 1 year, and after that, in another year, shall come a rumor, and violence in the land, ruler against ruler. And that's what's going to happen, man. These nations are going to war and go against each other, man. Ultimately, they're going to end up coming together and turning on Babylon the Great, which is the whore that's riding the beast, which is spearheaded by NATO, man. All right. So hopefully this lesson was edifying, man. Shalom.